Oh, is that recording? Okay, it's been a while. Right, okay, I'm going to be doing an Instagram live and a YouTube video, so let's see how we got on. Okay. Okay, as I say, I'm doing an Instagram live and a YouTube video at the same time. So, I'm just to explain quickly, I'm doing this around mental health and all will be revealed. Okay, so here I have the humble apple. And what does the humble apple have to do with mental health? Well, let me tell you. Everything that's going on in the world right now, it's all to do with the cost of everything, the cost of living. Everything's going crazy and people are becoming stressed. The anxiety that this is creating for everyone is, yeah, the struggle is real. So, again, sorry, I apologise because, as I say, I'm just in my kitchen, just me, and I apologise for the glare on my face. Anyway, get back to the humble apple. I have been out walking and cycling, which is good for your mental health and it's good for anxiety. And it's just good for you, just all round. But I do genuinely encourage people to get out and get moving. You probably hear that all the time. And when you're out, I've got a basket and I filled my basket with free apples. And I don't know how you grew up, but I grew up and we weren't rich, but we always had enough to eat. And a conversation I had with a friend during the pandemic was, actually, we'll be fine. We grew up poor. We will make a meal out of nothing. And there will be days where this is a reality for people nowadays. But honestly, we can make a meal out of the humblest things. And what I'm doing, and I did it the other day, so I actually have a few lots in the freezer, is I pick them up, I chop them up. I'm not going to stand and take 10 minutes to chop apples up. I will then freeze these and I will either have them as a dessert with custard. You can make an apple sauce if you like, if you want to put it with pork, and that helps make like a meal, make it go further. You could even just have it with custard, but I love apple crumble. So my free apples are going into a pan, and in the pan I'm going to just put them in and genuinely rough chop them, for sure rough chop them, because when they are rough chopped, some of them go into a sauce and some of them have a nice texture. So I'm not going to make the crumble just now, and the reason I'm not going to make the crumble is because in this tutorial is just to tell you that you can take the apples at this time of year when people are putting them outside their houses and make them and freeze them. So what I do with my apples is I put them in a pan. And do you know, so many people have tasted my apple crumble and said, I don't like cinnamon. And then they taste my crumble and say it's the best crumble they've ever tasted. And it's full of cinnamon. So I'm generous with it. I'm very generous with it. So I'm just going to sprinkle it. I love it. It tastes like Christmas. It smells like Christmas in my house. And honey, now I'm not going to be saying go out and buy fancy honey or anything. The point of these videos is that we are going to make things that are going to fill up our bellies when it's cold, and we're not going to be saying, oh, go organic, do this, do that. So this is just, I bought this honey at an international shop, so I do, and I'm quite generous with it. Everything to do with this recipe is personal preference. Okay, now the good thing about this recipe is the apples are free, and cinnamon and honey, we tend to have them in the store cupboard or in the cupboard from whenever. And in the bottom of the fridge, I tend to buy the lemons when they're on special offer. And then I like them when they're quite soft, because that's when they're quite juicy. Anyway, I am going to put lemon juice in it, and that's basically it. So then I'll let it cook down until it's a consistency that I like, where there's some apples are soft, some of them are just a little bit firm, and then that's it done. I'll let it cool down in the pan, and then I'll put it into little tubs, and I'll put it in the freezer, and then I'll take it out if I want to make. If you're having a roast or something, it's really nice. As I say, in this weather, it's really nice to just be able to, if you feel like you're on a budget and you want to make things go further, there is nothing nicer than a big plate of homemade soup. In Scotland, we're massive on soup, although I don't live in Scotland. We're massive on soup and things like crumble, and these are the type of things that are A, they're healthy for us, and B, they don't cost a lot of money, especially if you're getting your apples for free. And also as well, you might get some vegetables for free. I remember growing up that my nana would go into the garden, see what was there, and say, actually, that's ready, the potatoes are ready, or the leeks are ready, or whatever was ready, that went in the soup. So you don't have to make a specific recipe that you need fancy soup, just hearty soup that fills you up, and then you can take this out the freezer and add a crumble mixture. For a crumble mixture, for me, I just take cold butter, plain flour, and demerara sugar, and I just put it all together until it makes a breadcrumb consistency, and then I pour it over the apple crumble, put it in the oven until it's all bubbling on top, and there you go, you've got a nice dessert. So I am going to continue doing these recipes to give people some ideas, because I know that, as I say, I know people are struggling, and as we say, the struggle's real. We don't want people to be sitting at home struggling, worrying about how to feed their families and everything, because there is always ideas. And as I say, I was out and about walking, and I got my apples for free, and now I'm going to have something in the freezer, take it out and make something nice with it. So this is the apple crumble, or the apple sauce recipe, and I hope that was helpful to you guys. And as I say, I'm going to continue with batch cooking and simple recipes to help ease the stress. Okay, thank you.